Alright, so a common question that I see with Enlisted is it pay to win? And that is honestly a perfectly fair question to ask, considering the game is made by, I never know how to pronounce that. Is it Gaijin or Gaijin? I'm gonna get bullied on the way I pronounce it either way, which, mind you, they are notorious for, pay to progress elements in War Thunder. And, it's not just, War Thunder that does this, it's like World of Tanks that also has these types of elements. Because quite frankly, I hear people saying that, it took them over 1,000 hours just to get their first top tier tank. And personally, I go through this loop of, uninstalling and reinstalling War Thunder because the grind is just so tedious, but all these problems, could be solved if I paid for the premium service, and it's kind of understandable why they want you to pay for it because they're offering a free game, and at the end of the day, they've got to make money. But I mean, holy shit, I want that Syrian T-72, that thing looks so goddamn sexy, except I respect the fact that I suck at the game, and it just wouldn't be fair if I bought the tank and joined people in higher tiers. But look, in regards to Enlisted, there are absolutely pay to advance elements in the game, and I suppose you could correlate this to being pay to win, but to be absolutely honest, you could be that guy that dumps hundreds of dollars into like the fancy gear or to unlock all this fancy shit just to get beaten by a guy with like the starting weapon in the game, because paying for better shit doesn't mean you're gonna instantly become better. You might have an advantage, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be better at most times. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is this campaign. So basically, you unlock new things the more you play because it makes sense, right? What would you earn if you played the game? I sometimes just throw away all concepts of knowledge, or not knowledge. What's that thing where it's like normal? Wait, I need to find the word. Logic. All concepts of logic. That's the word I was thinking of. But anyways, you earn experience towards each individual faction per campaign. Now, I suppose the cool thing is that, each faction unlocks a new or own unique thing, but it's the grinding element that can annoy people, and it's a very common complaint, especially considering that, let's say the stuff you unlock for Germany in Normandy won't be applied to the German faction for the Moscow campaign, for instance. And as someone with a compulsive need to keep things organized, having 4 different factions at the moment of recording this. There's also like other factions and stuff or other campaigns, but I can't get access to those. But let's just say right now 4 different factions, and I can't keep them organized because it's like I have my good faction, which is Germany and Normandy, but then let's say I get bored and I want to play on the Stalin, Stalin Moscow campaign, whatever it's called, and then my isn't applicable to that, and then it just makes me a little bit like stressed, I suppose. I'm a very strange guy. But alright, let's look at the campaign, right? My personal favorite, like I said, is Normandy, the Axis faction, right? Or Germany, right? And at the moment, I'm at level 3, and to get to the next level, I need 24,000 experience, and with that, I will unlock a new plane, a new gun, some explosives, and a new squad. Now, let's calculate, on average, how long it'll take for each level to sort of progress, right? Or advance. Alright, so let's say I get 1,500 experience per game. I don't know if that's a lot, because I got a game where I got 2,000 experience, so I'm just gonna say, okay, let's just say 1,500 experience per game, right? On average. It'll take me 16 games to complete the whole level, right? Just level 3 to level 4, 16 games. Now, some games are really quick, and some games can go for, like, I'd say upwards of 20 minutes. It feels like 20 minutes. But I mean, I can pay 340 E, which I won't call it E, because I think the YouTube algorithm might think it's code for something. So let's just say 340 gold, which is the premium currency in-game to skip the grind and buy fancy stuff, right? So you need a minimum gold of, let's say, 5 Australian dollar dues, right? 500 gold is 5 Australian dollar dues, which is, at the moment of filming this, KFC has the $4.95 Hot Rods fill-up box. This is not sponsored, I just love KFC. But I mean, you could kind of know which one I'd spend my money on, like would I spend it on KFC? Or would I spend it on Virtual Pixels? But I can tell you what you can do with $5. You can always just give it to my membership program, please. I need some validation to show my parents that I'm actually, doing something with life. Please help me out. But look, alright, at the moment, there are 28 levels, and the last couple of levels involve earning 180,000 experience, which is, if we do the math, will take 120 games, right? And the thing is, right, the last, 5 levels, from, level 23 to level 28, you have to earn 180,000 every single time. So you can either pay to skip all the levels, because, I mean, the last unlock is the Thompson. I assume that must be a very good gun if they have it behind, hundreds of thousands of experience. But I mean, you don't need to pay to skip the levels. You can always just pay for a premium account and get 100% increase to your experience per game. So I mean, you're still technically grinding. It's just that it's more manageable, to say the least. But I mean, I've seen people on Reddit say that even with premium, the grind is just so like unbearable. Because I remember playing this game, right now I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent, but I mean, if you watch 6 minutes into the video, I mean, I'm sure you can sit around and listen to my little story time from ye olden days. So basically, I played this game called APB Reloaded, and it was possibly the best video game I've ever played. Rising Storm 2, Enlisted, Red Orchestra 2, nothing. It just does not compare to APB Reloaded. But basically, there are about 255 levels. I've been playing the game for 8 years now. I have thousands of experience in game. I still haven't beaten them all. I haven't achieved all the levels. Even with a free-to-play account most of the time, sometimes I might, splurge a little, or they might be generous and give us like a couple of days premium. Yeah. I still haven't beaten the whole progression or grind to it. And people would say, once you get to level 200, it just becomes unbearable even with the premium count. That honestly didn't have a whole lot to do with the video, but I thought I'd share it with you guys. But I mean, moral of the story is that this is just for one campaign, for one faction. At the moment, you're going to have to do this 4 times. And let's not forget, they're going to be adding, I'd say, 2 new campaigns at the moment. And I'm trying to do the math. It's 2 times 6, so 12. You're going to have to grind over like hundreds of thousands of experience per faction, per campaign. So, yeah, that's gonna be fun. But alright, speaking of premium, it's about $10 a month where I live, which isn't, it's not that bad when compared to other games. But the thing is, right, you get an extra infantry squad and a vehicle squad, because as it stands, if you have a premium account, you get, extra vehicle slots, and you get a lot of good shit that a free account can't get, right? You can either have a plane or a tank on a free account, basically. That's what I've read. It might be different, I might be wrong, but this is just from what I've read. But if you have a premium account, you can have a plane and a tank, which means that if someone's in a tank, kind of ruining you, you can just get in a plane and bomb the shit out of them. If someone's in a plane and they're bombing the shit out of you, you can just switch to a plane and try and shoot them down. And another complaint that I've seen from people is that you can apparently buy the Panzer 38T and the BT7, I think that's a tank, can't do shit to the front. And, from my experience, kind of true, because unless you aim for the exact, weak spots, otherwise you just won't be doing any damage to the Panzer 38T. I mean, just tanks in general, you can always just pay to have the bigger and better tanks. Like what is my crappy Puma? Not even Puma, like the Panzer 2C. It's, I don't know the name of the tank, but it's like the one with the fucking machine guns. It's got like I think a 20 centimeter machine gun or something, and it doesn't do shit. Like, you can't do shit against the bigger tank frontally. Sure, you can try and flank. The sides are pretty weak, but I mean, sometimes that's not going to be an option. You're just not going to be able to do that. You're just going to get your cheeks absolutely clapped. But I mean, look, do I think Enlisted is paid to win? And honestly, not really. You could be like the person on the basketball courts and have the fanciest shoes that, that doesn't mean shit if your skills still suck. And truth be told, I don't really like the automatic weapons a whole lot in this game. I mean, that's probably because I'm using the crappy ones, but you can always just use the starting weapons, and you're mostly going to be one-shotting them, or maybe two-shotting them sometimes. And if you use the sniper variant, I mean, that's really the only reason why I play this game, is for the sniping. It feels fun and it's satisfying. But yeah, I'm gonna end today's video there. I hope you guys did enjoy it, because if you did, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing the video with your friends. Anyways, my name is Tantu, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.